What's going on, everyone? I'm here to give my comments about The Rock and basically the whole Elimination Chamber, what he said about it. So basically, what he said, there was no plans after that. There was no long-term booking after it. There was no word of him getting back involved. Everybody kept expecting it and expecting it and expecting it. Even I did. At some point, Nebraska to come back, but we never did. Rock shared on Pat McAfee show today that basically after that he called both of them and said he's not getting involved anymore. So basically Cena and Cody had to sell it and on the fly and had to change the narrative and change everything. If you paid attention, there was no mention after that about Cena selling his soul. There was no mentioning of The Rock. It was all of Cena's the bad guy. He was Cody's hero, and then he turned on everyone, on the fans and Cody Rhodes. Cena sold it by me. You're not getting what you want. You're not getting what you want. He said over and over and over again, and he kept talking that this is his last time, the last real champion. He's gonna win it. He's gonna win 17. And if you actually look at the record book, if you really look at it, there's a time where WCW had an International World Heavyweight Championship, and Ric Flair won that twice. That's what puts him at 21. But even if you take that away, because technically it was the WCW World title, he still holds 19. Ric Flair is technically a 19-time world champion, 8-time NWA Heavyweight Champion. If you want to take those two away from Rick of the International World Heavyweight Championship in WCW, he is a 9-time WCW World Champion. That's 17 plus the 2 WWF titles that he won. There's 19. But overall, counting the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship that they were trying to do to defend in other countries, they could defend in Japan a couple times, and I can't remember the other one I read, but Japan was one of them. But he's technically a 21-time world champion. So Cena still didn't break the record. Just putting it out there. But Cena and Cody had to sell the story about The Rock. And that's what they're doing for those 3 weeks. I see why the wrestling community is upset. I do. I'm a little upset myself. I'm a little disappointed about The Rock basically revealing there was no plan behind it. So my question is, then why'd you do it? I get it, ticket sales were slow. I do. But maybe you could have done this heel turn with Cena, maybe attacking Cody at some point before Elimination Chamber, and then selling, I'm winning this regardless of what I got to do to win it. And then there you go. Cena heel, Cody face, and then they could have sold it from there. But Rock coming back, and then the whole angle at the end, Rock go F yourself, and Cena turning on Cody, Rock giving the throat slash to Cena, and then Cena turned on Cody, and they beat down Cody. Rock mentioned we could come back to this later down the road. But he did say there was no plan for WrestleMania. He wanted the focus to be on Cena and winning this 17th world title. He stated he would have done the ending a little different, maybe without Travis Scott. But since Travis Scott was involved, and maybe that's what he wanted, maybe when their contract, that's maybe what he wanted. It's another, yeah, sure, here you go. I don't know. I don't know the backstage behind all that. Maybe we'll see it on WWE Unreal. But Travis Scott coming out, I wasn't a fan of that. I disagreed. We could have had somebody else, maybe Seth Rollins or maybe Drew McIntyre, because Rock also mentioned someone texting him about his soul is for sale. So we will see. But is he going to get involved again? I don't know. But if he does, he's going to get booze. people are going to boo him in the crowd. If they don't, then that just goes to show how much people love The Rock, regardless of what just happened. I still love The Rock. I would love for him to come back and face Roman Reigns and then officially be done. Maybe Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Maybe we see this later on at SummerSlam, then it builds towards Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania next year. But it's probably not going to happen because Rock mentioned talking about early next year of working on another movie. Could that be after WrestleMania? Could it be before WrestleMania? Be done by WrestleMania? Could it be during WrestleMania? We don't know. But right now, just stop expecting The Rock. This is my whole point of just love wrestling and love what is put out in front of you. Yeah, it didn't make sense. Story didn't make sense. Yeah, it didn't live up to the hype like everybody's wanted it to be. Yeah, everybody's fantasy booking going on didn't play out. You know, I thought, oh, who else is going to join the Rock? Is it going to be Rollins? Is it going to be McIntyre? Who else? None of that happened. But we did get a good story between Cody versus Cena. We got good promos leading up to it. And then we got a good match. It wasn't that bad. Everyone's really hating on the match, and it really wasn't that bad. It was a good match, good story. Cena's the heel. He's ruining wrestling. The story going into last night, Raw after Mania, and him coming out, and, you know, we only have so many dates left, and working the crowd, and all this stuff. That is what that is what we need to focus on. And now we got Randy Orton involved. Highly doubt Cena's only going to hold the title for 2 weeks. I really think he's going to hold this title all the way till December. And that's either when he'll drop the title to somebody or he will retire with it. And then, like he said, they're going to have to create a new title and we get either a new WWE title design. Because on WWE.com today, now the Universal Championship is retired. And that was the whole point of the Undisputed Championship, was the WWE and Universal title were unified, and that's how you have the Undisputed Championship. WWE's done this before, back in the day when they had the WCW and WWE title. They were both on the line. I think Chris Jericho won it. And then it was unified, and then we had the WWE Undisputed Championship. World Heavyweight title was then created. Then Cena won the title later in 2005, and then he came out, brought out the spinner belt, and that retired the Undisputed Championship, and then we rolled with the WWE title. So we're probably going to see this again, and Cena's going to hold the Undisputed Championship, and he's going to be the last WWE Undisputed Champion, and he might hold this until he retires. Will we get some matches? Yeah, at the PLEs. Don't expect him to wrestle on Raw SmackDown. Maybe he will here and there, if it's in it, especially the ones that are going to happen in Perth, Australia, and the other international Raw and SmackDowns. Maybe we'll get him to wrestle a match, or maybe it will be just a promo. But just have fun and enjoy the shows. Just have fun going on from here. Yeah, I'm disappointed as well, just as you are with The Rock. Especially him coming out and admitting to it. Could have sold it a little bit more, but he's probably just done with it. He's probably done with the whole final boss thing, and he's trying to get rid of it, and fans are like, well, I want it back. He's probably trying to just get away from it. And if he is, cool. Oh well. But if Rock came back, I'd still be excited because I love The Rock. I'm a fan. Love his movies. And hopefully we'll see Rock one more time. Hopefully we'll get Rock versus Roman later down the line. But still, I'm a fan of WWE. I'm a fan of Triple H. Triple H is still great. I'm a fan of Shawn Michaels and NXT. NXT is doing great. But once Cena's done and this title is done, then maybe going into next year we're done with the legends and everybody returning, and we just move on to the future of the business with Braun Breaker and Obafemi from NXT and Karrion Kross. Hopefully his contract gets renewed. Maybe we move on to, but with Jey Uso, but he talked about he wasn't going to wrestle much longer. Jacob Fatu. Even Cody Rhodes, the list goes on. Rusev, he's back. So just sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Maybe the final boss does come back. Maybe he doesn't. But if he doesn't, don't focus on that. Don't be so caught up in your feelings and upset about it. I'm not saying you can have an opinion. Everyone's all upset about Triple H last week, saying that, everybody is a critic instead, and just be a fan and enjoy it. But she's right. People are too critical of anything. AEW especially, WWE especially now as of late. Everyone complained about the WrestleMania of how lackluster it was and it wasn't great. WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 is great to me. The triple threat match with Rollins, Punk, and Roman was the best match of the entire WrestleMania. But WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 is great. I had fun. I had fun watching the show, which you can go rewatch me having fun with my boys Devin the Tribal Chief and Johnny on Devin the Tribal Chief podcast, the live watch along WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. We even did Raw After Mania last night, so go check that out. But I had fun. I had fun watching it. I had fun. The matches were great. There were some great matches both nights. Like I said, especially the triple threat, and then Night 2, the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title was the best one to me on Night 2. Even the women's triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title with Rhea, Bianca, and Io, that was great. So it was still good. WrestleMania was still good. But yet people are just hung up on The Rock right now. And then they're hung up on Cody losing his title to John Cena, which John Cena still didn't break the record because Ric Flair is still a 19 or 21 time world champion. At least 19. It's not 16. WWE only acknowledges 16. Why they acknowledge NWA and WCW, I don't know. But that's where he won most of his titles. He's only won 2 WWE titles. 2. But he was an NWA champion, which NWA was a big deal back in the 80s. 70s and 80s and even 90s. Then it changed to WCW. WCW was big in the 90s, and that's where he won most of his championships. He is a 19-time at the least world champion. John Cena did not break the record. Ric Flair is still the GOAT. He still won the title 19 times. If you add the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship, that's 21 because he won that twice. Ric Flair's still the GOAT. It's not John Cena. I love John Cena. All due respect to John Cena. I grew up watching John Cena. But John Cena still didn't break the record. If you don't believe me, go do your research. If you want me to provide the research for you, hit me a message. Send me a message. I will gladly show it to you. Ric Flair is a 19-time world champion. John Cena is still 2 away, at least, from his championships. But if you want to add the WCW International Championship, or World Heavyweight Championship, it's 21. He's still 4 away. I'm not sure if it was a separate title back in that time. I think it was 92 and 93 and 94 when they had that title around. Or it was the WCW World title and they renamed it. So if it was the WCW title and they renamed it, he still won it twice. So technically, he is 11-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. And he is a 10-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, 9-time NWA Champion, and then 2-time WWE Champion, which then was WWF. 21. So, Cena still didn't break the record. Cena still behind Ric Flair. Cena will not surpass Ric Flair because this is his last year. They're hung up on 16. It's not 16. It's 21. So, let's not get hung up. Let's enjoy Cena in this last ride. Let's enjoy Cena in this last year, even though he's a heel. Let's enjoy what we're going to see with Jey Uso on the World Heavyweight title, Dominic Mysterio on the Intercontinental title, Jacob Fatu in the United States title. Let's enjoy what's going on in wrestling right now. I'm enjoying it. Disappointed with The Rock, but it's not sucking my joy out of Raw and out of Mania or the future, what's going to happen in WWE. Tomorrow night, we're going to watch AEW. We're going to enjoy AEW. We're going to do a recap of it on Thursday of AEW Dynamite. AEW and WWE to me are great. TNA is great, and now their champion just got put out there for the whole world to see, Joe Hendry, at WrestleMania Sunday. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, he got buried, and Randy Orton, this is what they think about TNA. No. They put their champion, which has never been done in WWE history, on WrestleMania. He had everybody, all eyes on him around the world. There are people watching from around the world WrestleMania. TNA is about to boom. They're about to get a boost. They're probably going to boost in ticket sales. They're probably going to boost in ratings. They're probably going to boost in merchandise sales, because people are going to start tuning in now and to see what is TNA all about. And TNA is solid. They got some good matches over there, some good stories. They got some good wrestlers. If you didn't know, Elias, now known as Elijah, he's back, which I love him. And I love his devotionals on his personal pages. I hope he becomes TNA World Champion. They have the Hardys over there. They got Nick Nemeth, formerly known as... they got Nick Nemeth over there, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. I went blank for a second. They have his brother over there, Ryan Nemeth. They got solid women's division over there. They got solid tag team division over there. They got some good stuff going over there. TNA is pretty good. So if you're not watching, go watch on Thursday nights. Ring of Honor is also on Thursday nights. Tonight you got NWA Power on X. Tune into that. WWE, if this is really bothering you about The Rock and WWE, and it's going to suck your joy out of everything, you're going to be so focused on that, we'll rather Rock do this, we'll rather Rock do that, then you're just going to ruin wrestling altogether for you. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Sit back and enjoy the show. If it don't make sense, give your disagreements upon it. Share your opinions, but don't let it suck the joy out of you. Continue to love pro wrestling. It's the whole purpose of this page, my name, whole purpose of my account, whole purpose of everything. Yes, there are things I disagree with and I have my opinions, but just continue to love wrestling. Don't let The Rock and this whole story thing and the final boss and the selling the soul thing just suck the joy out of everything that just happened. You're letting one particular match between Rhodes and Cena, one particular story, suck the joy and everything out of everything else that happened at WrestleMania, especially the Rollins, Punk, and Reigns match, especially the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way match, which to me was a banger, and my match of night 2, the Women's Triple Threat match, even Styles and Paul was a great match. Logan Paul and AJ Styles had a fantastic match, and I love to see my boy Karrion Kross on the WrestleMania stage. Wish he had a match. Hopefully that changes next year. So many good matches at WrestleMania. But yet people are hung up on The Rock and the story and Cody and Cena. Let's move on from it. Let's see what Cena does next, especially with Orton, and we'll see how Cody Rhodes responds. I heard Cody Rhodes is going on a well-deserved break. He's been the world champion, or WWE champion, the whole year, showing up every night, even on Raw. He's probably going on a little break, which if so, that would be good, because when he returns, the crowd's going to love him. And the crowd's already loving him, and they're loving him even more because they feel he got screwed, and now they're more behind him. Maybe there's just their way to get more positivity and more fans behind Cody Rhodes and for him being a babyface and him being the top guy in the company. Last year, his title run started running stale. I mean, he had a good match, a good story solo. He had a good one with Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. Let's not forget about that. Kevin Owens, that was a great one. He had some good, solid title defenses, solid matches. But yet we're hung up on Rock and this story, and Rock's ruining wrestling. I'm sorry, but if you look at the ticket sales, they're still up there. They just shared that this was the most viewed WrestleMania, and the most tickets sales at WrestleMania in the history of the company. They just shared, Raw last night, Raw after Mania. It was a great show. It was a packed crowd, and everybody was involved and cheering. And there's so much in WWE that's going on right now that people love and are a fan of, getting behind of, but yet a lot of people are just letting this one little thing keep them from enjoying the rest of the company, the rest of the wrestlers, and the product. I'm not saying you can't share your opinion. I'm not telling you to sit down and shut up. I'm just saying, don't let this ruin everything about wrestling for you. Go watch WWE. If it's not for you, go watch AEW. Go watch TNA. Go watch NWA Power on X. Go watch Ring of Honor. There's more wrestling options out there. AEW's got some solid matches, some solid shows. A lot of people, I'm hung up on story. Okay, we'll keep watching WWE. Even go watch TNA. They got some solid stories over there. If you want some great matches, watch NWA and AEW. They even got some good stories on there too. It's not as good as TNA and WWE, but they got some good ones. New Japan, go watch them. Come on. There's more wrestling options out there than just WWE, and there's some good ones. But to me, personally, at the end of the day, Rock, it didn't ruin it for me. I'm still behind Cena, even though he didn't break the record. I'm enjoying this last title run. I am going to enjoy Backlash. I'm going to enjoy this next week of wrestling. I'm going to enjoy Raw next week. I'm going to enjoy SmackDown this week. I'm going to enjoy NXT tonight. I'm going to enjoy AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. AEW Collision Saturday. Ring of Honor TNA on Thursday. I'm going to enjoy it and love it because I just love wrestling. I disagree with Rock saying what he said. I disagree with Rock admitting to this whole there was no plan and all this stuff. Disappointed in that. I'm disappointed that kayfabe is being destroyed. Somebody pointed out there, my boy Devin, he said it's been, basically been dead for a while with all social media and all that, which he's right. So, WWE peeling the curtain back. Yes, I'd like kayfabe to still be protected. I still stand strongly on that. But, yeah, it's kind of hard to in the day of social media. But let's just focus on the positives. Let's love wrestling. Let's love the shows. Let's have fun. Let's be a fan. Let's not overly criticize anything. Let's just enjoy it. So, that's all I got to say. Love pro wrestling. Love the wrestlers that you do. Be passionate about the wrestlers that you do. Share your opinions. And let's have fun. Have a good day. God bless. Love y'all.